So last weekend before the Royal Rumble, I had a chance to get my hands on WWE 2K24 for the first time. Unfortunately, I caught some kind of plague during that time, so I'm a little late. But just like we do every year, I wanted to give you guys my thoughts and impressions after my first hands-on event. When does it stop? So first off, shout out to 2K for flying out myself and a bunch of other content creators, giving us a chance to get our hands on the game for the first time. It was mostly a, I'd call it a demo build. We only had access to a few match types. So, you know, no My Rise, no Universe, no Special Referee. Also no My Faction yet, which I'm sure you're devastated about. So all the gameplay that you see in this video is stuff that was captured by me at the event. I'm gonna go into detail about, you know, stuff that I liked and whatnot, but the TLDR is this: if you liked WWE 2K23, good news, you're gonna like WWE 2K24. The series is not regressing, which is great, and you can tell that they are, you know, slowly but surely moving in the right direction. The main attractions this year are some of the new match types, you know, returning match types is probably a little more accurate, but it really seemed like a big emphasis was put on quality of life updates, which was honestly very refreshing to hear, which we're going to talk about. In all the years that I've been capturing 2K content, going to events like this, talking to the devs and stuff, I think this is the first time I heard the phrase quality of life updates from them, and that was nice to hear. I liked hearing that. If you think about, you know, 2K19, 2K20, around that time, the writing was on the wall that things weren't really going in the right direction. At that point, the game didn't need quality of life updates. It needed like full-blown life support, if you know what I mean. So with 2K23 doing as well as it did, which it did a lot better than the games that came out before it, and even I said that this was one of the better 2Ks that have come out in a very long time. So they're finally in a place where quality of life updates, which basically just means, you know, just small improvements to make the overall feel just that much better. They're finally at a place where making those quality of life updates makes sense, which for me, as someone who's been gaming my entire life, is great to hear. When a dev says that, that's usually a net positive, because it means the core of the game they feel is strong enough to where they can put more focus on those little extra things that just take it over the top and take it to the next level. One example would be you can throw weapons again, which is insanely ridiculous and a lot of fun. And stuff like that I welcome with completely open arms. Backstage brawls can have, I'm pretty sure it's up to 4 players online, but only 2 locally. And then the other 2 would be filled in by AI, which I didn't really understand. But I don't really play this game locally that much anyway. So that really wouldn't affect me too much. A few more things can be interacted with in the backstage area. There's, you know, there's a vending machine. There's like a working elevator, which is fun to mess around with. I actually played an insanely fun backstage brawl with Johnny of New Legacy, who posted it on his channel. So check that out when you get a chance. But going back to what we talked about earlier about a little quality of life stuff, ramp facing camera, I think would count as a quality of life update, because it seems like a small thing. Oh, hey, just look at the ring from a different direction. But it brings back that feeling of, you know, some of those old school wrestling games that some of us cannot let go of. Also, being able to move the camera around when you're spectating matches, if you're simming a match or whatever, to get whatever kind of angles and shots that you want, is another one of those things that's like, damn, that's very cool. We've wanted this for a while. Thank you. So if you are somebody who simulates a lot of matches or does a lot of AI versus AI, like, those matches are going to be able to feel a little more dynamic now, which I appreciate that. Now, again, because this was a demo build, there wasn't a ton of stuff to like really sink your teeth into. Like I said, no My Rise, which, you know, I look forward to that more than anything for most of these games. I'm sure by now you guys have seen the trading blows mini game that they added, where like if it's late in the match, you guys, oh, boo, yeah, that whole thing, which I thought was cool. I hope it doesn't trigger too often, because like I said, that's usually in matches that are bigger and longer, and, you know, it fits into the story of the match. So I don't think it necessarily needs to happen in every single match. I'm not sure if it does or not, but that's kind of one of the things we just gotta wait and see. But overall, I really liked what I saw, and I liked what I played. I had fun playing it with my friends. I had fun messing around, watching other people play, you know, different game types and game modes, and throwing each other off stuff and throwing the weapons back and forth, which is, like I said, just a stupid amount of fun. I wish they would have had special ref. That would have made my day. But again, from it just being a demo, just being like a small snippet of what the game is actually going to be, the 40 years of WrestleMania mode seems like it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be pretty much the same as, you know, Showcase from previous years. but with a variety of matches and superstars instead of it focusing like on one particular person or era or whatever. So I think there's definitely going to be a lot of stuff in this game that people do enjoy. And as I said earlier, if you are just generally a big fan of the 2K series, if you like 2K23, you're probably really going to like 2K24. And I imagine I'll probably be able to get a little more out of 2K24 than I got out of 2K23, which 2K23 I got more out of than 2K22, and then 2K22 to 20, etc. So like I said, it feels like we are kind of trudging along in the right direction. Anybody that's expecting, you know, a perfect game that looks like it took an extra 10 years to make, like that's not what you're gonna get. It's a yearly released, somewhat sports-based game where you kind of have to meter your expectations for certain things. But I would say really the quality of life updates alone are enough to make you go, okay, I think I'll give this one a try. So also coming this week, I did record a 2K24 match with Xavier Woods. We put on one hell of a banger, so that's going to be up sometime this week as well. And as we enter this this new season, heading into 2K24, you guys know if there's some cool stuff to show you or bring to you, I'm going to do that. Shout out to all the other 2K creators who this past week, man, as soon as they got home and they were able to post that 2K24 stuff, I saw my timeline just blow up, and I'm sitting on my couch sick as hell just looking at other people upload stuff like, oh, that's awesome, that's really cool. But no, it should be a really cool and fun year for the people that dig these games. And you know I'm gonna do my best to bring you guys content as consistently as I can during this time of my life, which everybody knows is a little crazier and busier than it has been in previous years. So if you're excited about 2K24, make sure you hit that thumbs up button as hard as you possibly can. Subscribe to the channel, turn those notifications on so you never miss a video. Catch you guys soon. 2K24 around the corner. Maybe I'll be in it.